我是阿万，今天是2025年10月21日。那关税重塑中国的贸易，如今谁在大量购买中国商品？答案就是留个悬念，一起读一下。Tariffs are reshaping China's trade. This Tanzanian sees an opportunity. No longer after it joined the World Trade Organization in 2001, China became the factory floor of the United States, but free trade with China cost American jobs. Economists later termed the period of China shock, lamenting how the United States had critically underestimated the scale of China's manufacturing powers. Now President Trump wants to bring those jobs back to America. Through a series of whiplash tariffs, he has tried to shut off the US market to China, but instead of slowing down, China is selling more goods than ever, this time to the rest of the world. Is China unleashing a new shock? I recently traveled to China and across Southeast Asia to try to answer this question. In Indonesia, an economist told me that by lowering its trade barrier with China, the country had seen a flood of cheap goods that killed off entire industries like the one for garments. In Malaysia, a failing but dynamic solar panel industry was destroyed. In other countries like Vietnam, trade with China has been so far a boom. China isn't forcing countries to buy itself stuff. Beijing, like Washington before it, is making the pitch that open trade is good for peace. It's through those free trade agreements, mostly with developing countries that have struggled to attract American investment, come with money that can create local jobs and build critical infrastructure. But the trade is usually not even. In most cases, China sells more than it imports. Some economies have become entirely dependent on China. As the Indonesian economists put it to me, the contribution is very, very large to our economy. Throughout, I wanted to know who is buying all this stuff. On my most recent reporting trip to China, I took a train to the city of Yiwu, known for being the wholesale capital world, in one of Yiwu's six vast international trade center. I talked to buyers and sellers. One of them was Rota Nyagulembi, an entrepreneur from Tanzania. She is shared her story with me. It has helped to fill in the other side of the equation. Mr. Nahiravi, 26, started several years ago selling home appliances and dinnerware in Dar es Salaam. She relied on middlemen to source her wares, but when she learned they were buying from China, she decided to go to China herself. I met her last week on her 7th trip. Her business, Muskumar, sells handbags, clothes, and jewelry to customers in Tanzania and other African countries. Our conversation has been additive for clarity and bravery. When did you start coming to China and why? 2023, you know China is center of everything. What led you to come here? Before, I was buying from my country and I was surprised that they were buying from China. Then my agent told me you should go and you will see many opportunities. So you were ordering from somebody in Tanzania who was ordering from China and then you decided to come here yourself. Were you surprised when you first arrived? I was really surprised because I saw this person that middleman was adding was huge. It is really a lot of money. So now do you find you can make more money now? Besides my own business, I also take orders from people back in my country. So I'm also like a middleman. I buy, I sell, I also do TikTok videos. People from TikTok, they not just in my country, but also from Kenya, Uganda, Congo. They call me, we need this and this, so I will buy and send it to them. Can you give me a sense of how successful your business is now? It's a good business. I can afford anything I want because I'm doing business. I'm getting every day. Anything that I want, I think I can afford for now. And how does China fit into your figure? I see my figure growing so big and being rich because of China, because China has so many opportunities. What is the biggest opportunity you found once you got here? At first, when I came, I was selling home appliances and plates. But when I came, I saw jewelry, I saw handbags, I saw women's clothes. So I started changing my business. You must be aware of the US-China trade war. Do you see any difference since then in terms of opportunity for you? Yeah, I see many difference. This market every day when you come, you see different things. That's how it is in China. Africa is so different. Even the quality of things is quite different. Many African people, they like cheap things, and American people like quality things. Things are very cheap. Thanks for listening, and hope you have a good day.